I'm Pastor Rick Alpers. I'm a retired pastor here at the Cross of Hope and a member and have been enjoying my stay here for about 3 years now. I want to share with you a Christmas story. This is a true story, and it's something that happened about 25 years ago, but I still remember it like it was yesterday. I was doing a home visit. This was a communion visit, and I was doing this because the husband, the father, in this particular home was starting to experience some incapacity due to an illness. And as soon as I walked through the door with my communion kit and all that, I can tell that I had disturbed something. So this was a family. There was a father and a mother and a teenage son that lived in this house. And there was a silence. There was sort of this awkward pause. And finally, the mother said to me, you interrupted something. And I said, what did I interrupt? She said, well, this is sort of an annual ritual in our household. You interrupt our annual fight over the Christmas tree. And so I wondered what that was. Well, it turned out they did this every year. And this is a heated argument. This is something that they went through every single year. The father was used to his boyhood Christmas of going into the forest and getting a big Christmas tree. That's what he liked to do. He'd go to this designated lot in the mountains, and he always picked a tree that was too big. And so sometimes they had trouble even getting it into the house. And then when they got it into the house, it just didn't fit. They'd have to cut off the top and this sort of thing. But that's what he wanted. He wanted that sort of traditional experience. The teenager often fought with him because he wanted to be practical. Let's not go up to the mountains, Dad. Let's just go to a lot at Walmart or something like that, and let's get a 6 or 7 foot tree that's going to fit in the house. And then there was the mother. She didn't like picking up all the needles. She wanted an artificial tree. And of course, even when the needles are picked up, then you got some sap, it's on the carpet. She'd have to take turpentine or to clean all that off. She hated these live trees. And so they had this heated argument every single year. And I could tell that I had interrupted one of these arguments. And that can happen at Christmas, right? Christmas sometimes is a time of family conflict, or maybe some other kind of conflict. We get so stressed and we get so distracted, always trying to get our memory of what a perfect Christmas is. And we forget the critical things. And the critical thing at Christmas, of course, is the incarnation, the baby Jesus. God coming to us in the flesh, in the form of an infant. God being vulnerable for us. God being present on earth with us in a real way. That's what Emmanuel is. And we can forget that when we're dealing with the stress, when we're dealing with the distractions. Another thing that and my presence there reminded them of that. When they saw I was wearing a cleric, they saw that, and so they were impressed by that. And the other thing is that they realized that I was there because the father was suffering from an illness, a chronic illness, that was causing him to be incapacitated somewhat. And they remembered that. At Christmas, we have the gift of the incarnation, and we also have the gift of each other. And it's so easy to get caught up in these little things that are distractions. They're irrelevant. We need to remember the reason for this season, because this is a magical and joyous time of God's love and presence with us. Thank you.